Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights.
So, what were the rounds in Blinkit and Meesho, if we say?
Nowadays, certification's importance has decreased a lot. What I think is that project.
So, if I talk about when a fresher is going to a product-based or a service-based organization, like what expectation he or she can have regarding salary, what kind of project they can make for an entry level. Hi Saksham, welcome back to the channel Shilpa Data Insights. Thank you so much for taking out some time on a weekend and actually record this podcast. I'm really glad to invite you as a special guest. I'm quite sure like people around the data field will be getting a lot of knowledge from this particular podcast. So without any delay, I want you to introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay. Hello, guys. So, I'm Saksham. I'm currently working in Blinkit since almost 2 years. I've done my bachelor's from BIT Misra in 2021. Post that, I've done my master's from IIT Roorkee. Then I've worked in EXL, and now since 2 years, I've been working in Blinkit as a data analyst.
Okay, that's great. So from where did you do your engineering?
I did my engineering from BIT Misra, Billa Institute of Technology,
Okay.
Misra. It's in Ranchi.
Okay. So did you get the off-campus or on-campus placement to Blinkit altogether, or there was a stepping stone from there?
No, no, no. So it was when I was graduating, it was peak COVID.
Oh,
So there were not enough job opportunities available in our campus. So, and unfortunately, I got very good grades in my GATE. So I went for master's option.
okay.
Although I was not in much favor, but yeah, I think that was the best option for me available at that time. So I chose for master's, and then in master's I got placed into EXL.
Okay.
Then from EXL I switched to Blinkit.
Okay. So like you did masters in which field?
I did master's in infrastructure systems.
Okay. Okay.
It's related to civil engineering and
Okay.
kind of planning and management.
Okay. So how did you land up into EXL then?
Sorry?
So how did you land up to EXL?
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, I was not much interested in pursuing my career in my civil engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hence I chose the infrastructure branch basis my the subjects that will be taught to me in the masters. So from the job market and from my friends who have got job recently during my graduation, I asked about them that because I was not into coding, coding was not my stuff completely. So I knew that I cannot be a developer. So I inquired, I got to know that what are the other fields that can be explored. Apart from that, I also explored some other exams like kind of PGDPA, ISI, which are for mathematical and somewhat data related jobs. I mean, which have a very good data related careers post their degrees. So, uh, so yes, I increased my awareness in after graduation,
Okay.
mostly in masters, and through that I prepared in masters during my placements, and from there I got placed in Excel.
So while preparing for the placements, like did you prepare something related to data, or is what was it related completely related to civil itself?
No, it was completely related to data, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. So what exactly was your preparation strategy when you started preparing for the data roles?
Okay, so first of all, I what I needed was a clarity that
Mm,
what exactly is expected in data role, what all tools are required to be needed, what all responsibilities are there. So I connected with my with my colleagues of my batch in graduation. Also, some of my seniors who are from IIT Roorkee and are doing pursuing job in data side. So first of all, I reached to them in LinkedIn, asked them about the role, opportunities, what
mhm.
all tools are most importantly used, and then I shortlisted some of the tools, planned my process, and then focused upon them. So basically, I learned majorly SQL,
Okay.
Python, SQL, Python. These were the two major skills that I focused more, and then a bit upon Excel and Google Sheets.
Okay.
But yes, majorly focus was on 60-70% focus was on SQL, and remaining 30 out of 40% was 30% was on Python,
Mm,
10% was on Google Sheets, And once I got grasp of this all these skills, I again connected with some of my seniors and asked them to take my mock interview.
Okay.
And when they took mock interview, I was not even aware of case studies are being asked in interviews.
Okay.
So then again, I prepared for case studies and estimates.
That's great. That's a good strategy. You got some good mentors from your college itself, right? And they mentored you what
Yes.
exactly to be done. That's really nice. If you think about in the past, right, what exactly struggle you faced at that time while preparing?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, to be honest, that time it was the lack of resources. And
Mm,
also, I would say the lack of resources in the sense, to be honest, not knowing that what resource needs to be followed. And
mm,
there are lots of resources right now available in YouTube and other websites. So the lack of clarity that what all to prepare, what all to give priority, and how much priority.
mm,
That was, I think, I struggled a lot. And hopefully, and luckily, my LinkedIn seniors or my batchmates helped me through that phase. So that's why I was able to easily, prepare well. But yeah, I think most of the students currently, or majorly that what I've seen and personally experienced, is lack of clarity
mm.
about
Yeah.
what is required.
That's so true, actually, because when you are a fresher, you don't know what exactly
Yes,
the requirement in a company, what they are looking for. So they don't know exactly how to figure it out.
exactly.
And I
Yes,
think that's where you stand up and asked help for from mentors, LinkedIn families, and all. Okay, so now you got, let's say, a job in EXL after the placement. How did you land a job in a product-based company like one of the, like you can say, a most aspiring company is Blinkit right now, right? So how did you land a job there?
okay, so it was through LinkedIn referrals only because Blinkit doesn't have any career page.
Okay.
All they so if someone wants to join Blinkit, they can be only applied through referral. So someone needs to refer you in our organization.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, I cold messaged many of my LinkedIn connections. Some of my friends applied to their job portals. I mean, not the job portals, the LinkedIn job page.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, once I got the call, it was a bit difficult for me to initially to get the call because some of my LinkedIn connections were telling me that since I don't have very vast experience in analytics and neither is my role was completely analytics based in EXL. Even though the role says that I'm an analyst, but we worked only 3 to 4 months as analyst and remaining as a developer kind of job.
Okay.
So many of my LinkedIn connections were not ready to refer me. But yeah, luckily some of them I then messaged some of them regarding that yes, why I'm ready for this and why I should be hired. Then they referred me, and then yeah, I was knowing that again this company is will be asking mostly SQL case studies and all. So I was already prepared for that.
Okay, okay. Because in this, when someone is preparing for a product-based company, like they have to prepare a lot.
Hmm.
Like people
Yeah,
are afraid to apply for product-based because their hiring standard is much higher, right? So
yeah.
what was your like apart from SQL strengthening that up? What was the other strategies, other things that you did?
Okay, so other thing that I did was to understand the Blinkit business. How does Blinkit operates completely?
Mm-hmm.
I know that I won't be able to get the deep down, but at least on a broader level, how does Blinkit operates? Like it comes like basically the supply chain
Mm-hmm.
from vendor, it goes to warehouse to dark store, next store to customer. Then how does their unit economic works? Where are they lagging? What are the problems that they're facing right now? Apart from that, I used to open their Blinkit app, understand that what are features are coming, what's the user journey happening. If I would have to make any change in this Blinkit, assuming I am the owner of that app, what changes would I recommend? What features would I change? I used to thinking all that terms of perspective.
Okay,
So I
that's a
was prepared with all these things.
okay, okay. That's a very good way of preparation, I would say. Like No one thinks about it in such a way. So your preparation was very strong because you knew that you want to get into Blinkit in that case, right? Is there any other
Yeah,
company that you applied for apart from Blinkit?
y- yes, I also applied for Meesho at that time, yes. And also, I mean, I applied for multiple companies, but yeah,
Mm.
majorly I got call from Meesho and Blinkit.
Okay,
And since I got offer in Blinkit before, so I accepted that. And
okay,
later I got offered from Meesho also.
okay. So what were the rounds in Blinkit and Meesho, if we say?
Okay, in Blinkit, first round will be your technical round,
Mm-hmm.
where they'll be checking your technical skills basically in SQL and Python. Then it will be next round will be mostly based upon your business sense, basically case studies and guesstimates or puzzles or statistics. And the last round will be about your projects that you have been working upon in your current company. And yeah, that's it.
Okay,
And coming to Meesho, first will be your assessment round, where they'll be giving an online assessment for you to complete if you qualify. Then we'll be having 3 to 4 interviews. Again, I think the first two were technical. Third one was again be kind of guesstimates and about Meesho's case studies, and the last was about a bit about culture.
okay. So there were almost like 2, 3 rounds in both the companies, 3 rounds approximately, right?
Yes, 3 to 4 interviews.
So once you join the company, right, how are you feeling? Like what all things that you feel like this is different than service-based companies?
Yeah, to be honest, the company culture is also the main difference, and also I think the mindset. I
Mm,
think the mindset in product-based company is to own everything from starting to ending.
mm,
That is not uh, available in service-based company as per my experience. From end to end, you have to take the whole ownership.
okay.
And apart from that, one of the most unique thing is that you are able to explore or get the ground reality about how business works, especially in Blinkit. You join you are required to visit warehouses, stores to understand that how they are operating. What all features or data that you are providing or giving insights are helping them directly. I
Mm,
mean, you are able to see the impact of what you are doing,
right. Yeah.
not just numbers are giving to the manager and it's, you know, don't know what's happening after that.
Yeah. That's good actually. Not all companies do it. So if you
Yeah,
see the impact, then you are much more motivated also to work, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So if I talk about when a fresher is going to a product-based or a service-based organization, like what
Mhm.
expectation he or she can have regarding salary? I know there's a difference always, but there should be a range that a fresher can expect, right? So what do you think? What should they expect?
If it's a fresher, again, it depends upon colleges also,
Mm-hmm.
from which colleges he has done his graduation from. But if you talk about product-based companies from starting, I think at least you can expect 10, at least 10 LPA nowadays. And if you're from extremely well college, good college from top IITs and NITs, then yes, 15 to 18 will be easily attainable.
Okay. So is there any other perks apart from salary that Blinkit provides? If you can just maybe have anything like you can share that with the audience.
There are only one perk, and that is that you get free delivery when you're working in office.
Free delivery as in like the if you order something from Blinkit?
Yes, so there is no delivery charge.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so that's the only perk. And yes, some of the other perks, one of the major perk also is that we have one of the biggest gym in the corporate, and
okay,
the gym is really good. The
okay,
gym is really good for all the gym lovers, and it has proper trainers, proper machines, and this company focuses and wants everyone to focus on their health a lot.
okay. That's good. Yeah, because that is the priority, right? If you are not healthy, how
Yes,
will you work? So that is very nice to hear
works
that.
well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
if I talk about learning perspective, is there anything that you have any portal from where you can learn multiple things? Is there any facility provided like that?
No, in Blinkit, nothing like that is provided. What everyone expects when we are hiring someone or the company hiring someone is that the candidate must know the basics really well,
Mm-hmm.
so that if we are here, we are there to help him, but he should not run after us, or we should not be spoon feeding him at
Mm.
least.
Right.
If there are some errors or there are some scope of correction, we will be there, but not for 100% help. So yes, hence there is no training portal and all
Okay. So
in
if I
Blinkit.
talk about the basics that a data analyst should know, apart from the SQL, like there are so many tools also, right? Is there any other things
Mm.
apart from SQL that a data analyst should know?
See, I think majorly what I've seen in multiple companies, as per my experience, is that SQL and Python should be more than enough. Yes, some companies also ask for Tableau, some companies ask for Power BI, but I think majorly what I've seen, 90%, 95% of the companies majorly look for SQL and Python.
Okay.
And nowadays, since AI is also coming a lot and AI is in boom, so companies are even focusing even more on problem solving skills, and they are shifting a bit from technical skills.
Okay.
So if you think that yes, you have mastered SQL and Python and you will be able to ace the interview, so that's not the case. Sorry, you have to be very exceptional in problem solving skills also nowadays, because whatever you are doing in if you learn Python, you are doing something in 1 hour, and if the AI is able to do in 10 minutes, you won't be able to justify your work.
Right.
So that's the reason that nowadays companies are focusing a lot on problem solving.
Okay.
Problem
So,
solving in the sense ki
mhm.
business understanding, guesstimates, and all.
Okay. So problem solving is one major thing that now businesses
Yes,
started looking at.
yes.
So if someone has to make a project because the fresher doesn't have any experience, what kind of project they can make for an entry level?
Hey, this was the exact doubt that I also had during my journey. At that point of time, I was very less aware about these things, so I didn't have clarity. But yes, I think nowadays there are many websites available. But I think one of the very unique website that I got explored by some of my juniors was, I think, Code Basics. So Code Basics run a free resume guided project where they give you the exact problem statement and also the data set. And most of the times that data set, the problem statement is quite real. It's like government data, government tourism data, and all. And they give you that what exactly is needed from you as a insight from this data, and you can prepare, and then you can do analysis. Post the analysis, you can present your insights in the PPT, present yourself, and if your analysis and presentations are really good, they will post your projects also in LinkedIn, and you can even get good visibility in in front of many companies.
Okay, okay. Now, if I talk about something related to certification, any certification is required for to become a data analyst for a fresher?
Nowadays, certification's importance has decreased a lot. What I think is that project and real hands experiences are much more important than certificates. But yes, I mean, if you want to learn as a learning perspective, it's good. Certificates on, but not for your resume, or if you're thinking that yes, basic certificate, I will get shortlisted in some company. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen very easily. So the
Right.
world is changing very fast. So certificates are nowadays are not much credible. It's not much credible for anyone to look and say that yes, you are good at this thing. There should be some proof.
So now as AI has come, right, it can solve problems in seconds, whatever SQL query or Python query you give. Now, what is there any requirement basically for a student or a fresher or an experience to learn AI in to be relevant in this data analyst field?
Definitely, definitely. So in this very fast changing world, even we who are currently working in Blinkit and have a job in as an analyst in data analyst in Blinkit, we also need to upgrade ourselves a lot in. So basically, upgrading in the sense you need to learn that how AI can be used in your job, how AI can help you fasten your work, make it more better in lesser time. So AI needs to be, I mean, if not AI engineering, but at least knowing that how AI can help you. your work. That need to be definitely learned and explored.
Okay. So, just to give a overview to fresher, like if someone is starting into data analyst role, what
Hmm.
map they should follow? If you can just maybe help the freshers, right, whoever is watching it, a small roadmap that they can follow to become a data analyst.
Okay. Mm, for a fresher, I would say that first of all, understand that what does a data analyst do? Uh, let's suppose if you don't have any idea, go to YouTube, search for any interviews, or go for LinkedIn, look for people who are working in data analyst, interact with them. And if you have done all this and still haven't got clarity, then one thing that you can do is that start with SQL. Because SQL is the most currently used tool in all the data analyst related roles. Then after once you have mastered SQL, then you can go for Python. So SQL Python will be my two most priorities in terms of technical skills that one needs to have in data analyst role. And then maybe if you have time, you can go for uh, maybe Google Sheets or Power BI or Tableau. But I think these are just brownie kind of tools, but not necessary.
Okay.
Now, apart from this, I will also give 50% focus also on case studies, guesstimates, and a bit of basics of probability and statistics. And yeah, so if I am as a fresher applying to jobs, I will focus on these things and also understand that how if I'm doing any project also. So let's suppose if I want to post or make a project for my resume, I will go to code basics, understand what's the problem statement. I will do my project by my whole completely, make paper presentation and all. Apart from that, again, I will ask AI also that how can whatever I've done, how much of that could have done by you? How would you have done this differently? So basically understanding that how AI can also help me with my work.
Okay. Okay. So now for learning all these skill set, like how much time do you think will be required? How many months it will be required to master it?
Okay, so see, it all depends upon uh, the number of hours that anyone is uh, willing to, put it in every day. But in general, what I was able to achieve was that I used to give 4 to 5 hours every day. So I mastered SQL, I think, in almost 1.5 months. So, but at extreme also, I will say that if you take the extreme case, I think 3 months should be more than enough for anyone.
Okay.
Within 1 month, I think he should be very good with, he should be able to easily understand basics. And within 3 months, with regular practice, he will be able to master all these skills, whatever we have mentioned.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, 3 months is not a big amount of time actually to
Yeah.
and people can learn and actually master. That's really nice. Actually, they should. If someone is watching this, I think they can start today and they will see some results in 3 months. So that's good. One now, like I have come into like whatever discussions we had. I just want to do a rapid fire round, just with one sentence or maybe one word, right? Um, so it's related to data analysis only. So if I have to choose between SQL and Python, which one will you choose?
I'll go for Python.
Okay. And what will you prefer? A degree in bachelor's or a master or a skill?
In current scenario, I will prefer skill.
Okay. And Excel is underrated or overrated?
Underrated.
That's good to know because people think that it's overrated. So, okay. So AI is a threat or it's an opportunity?
Opportunity.
That's great because people get afraid that AI is a threat and you said it's an opportunity. I think people should listen to this.
I mean, just if you, I think no one is clear about what AI will do. So what everyone wants you to is just to be updated with AI and how to use AI in your day-to-day life. Nothing else. No one is expecting you to be master of AI.
Right. So I think that's all. That was a good rapid fire round. And one last thing or a final advice that you want to give to the audience who are preparing for a data analyst role, whether it's a fresher or an experience.
That's a small advice to everyone who's coming to this has been graduated and now looking for a job is that it takes time. Patience is really required. I mean, um, as there is AI coming, there's already panic all everywhere inside companies everywhere. So don't think that if you have learned mastered all the skills that we have mentioned during this discussion, then you'll be easily able to get the job. It will take some time, and yes, as a experienced people who are working, it also takes time for us to look for any job. So please don't be disheartened if you don't get job within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Just keep looking for the job. Don't lose patience. Your time will come, and just wait for the right time for you.
Okay, that's a good advice. Like that's really interesting. So thank you so much, Saksham, for joining in and giving us such a valuable insight related to data field and inspiring the audience as well. So hope next time we will come up with a new session related to some new other topic.
Thank you so much, Shilpa.
Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.